Hey everyone, it's Joey Yap here, and welcome to one of my Thrive in Crisis interview shows that I'm doing here specifically across Facebook and YouTube. And today I have a really special guest, and right now, for most people in countries all over the world, it's in a lockdown. All right, whatever you call it, lockdown. In Malaysia, we call it the MCO, the Movement Control Order, and in Singapore, it's known as the Circuit Breaker. So people are staying at home, and a lot of people, especially the younger generation, they are trying to create content, getting online, and trying to do the influencer thing, right? So, and also it came to my attention that one of our students here in our academy, my brother was just telling me that this guy is terrific because, he's one of the most prolific creators of musical covers on YouTube. And not only that, he is also the certified first YouTuber in Malaysia. Okay, now this is amazing. And I didn't know that he's amongst our community until, my brother actually told me that, hey, this is like the OG, right, of YouTubers. And if you want to learn something, or if any of the influencers out there or the up and coming influencers out there would like to learn and find out how he did it, and how does one make money from YouTube, or how does one get even publicized onto YouTube and get into the radar, so this would be a perfect person to actually have on this channel to actually share some of his secrets. So now Ray is shares his passion on by making piano covers on songs requested by his many fans and his favorite radio tunes, and he does this purely by year. So this is a very interesting aspect, especially to look from the artist perspective, because someone who can actually have this sort of immense talent to be able to hear song and tune and be able to play it, that's amazing. For people like us can't even get the tune right. So let's talk to him and so they can share some of his secrets with us. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ray Mak.
Hi,
Ray.
Hi everyone. Thanks for tuning in. I'm good. I'm good. Feeling a little bit bored lately. Being stuck at home.
Yeah. Right. Well, do you consider yourself introvert or extrovert? Just before we start the show today.
Okay, I'm actually introvert, but I try to be extrovert due to the nature of the things that I do. Right. But deep down inside, I like to be alone when I do things.
Right, and you are one of the most prolific creators of musical covers on YouTube. Congratulations on that. That's amazing.
Yeah, that was actually written by one of the articles.
Wow. Okay. Now, I will have generally 3 parts in our session here today. Okay. So the first one is about how Google recognized you as an official YouTuber. Can you tell me exactly how this happens?
It's not really like recognized as official as in they put it in words. It's just like one of the Google employee come and tell me, hey, you are the first person who start posting videos on YouTube before any other Malaysian. And that is because I started posting when I was in US.
Oh, is it? You started in the US?
Yeah, okay. when YouTube first started not long.
Wow. Yeah, so
that makes me very early.
When did YouTube actually started?
So YouTube started in 2005. I started posting around 2006, and I removed some of the videos, and the official ones are starting 2007.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. And at that time, I think the bandwidth and all that, they're very slow, right?
So very slow in Malaysia, but back in US, it was fiber optic.
So, right. Okay. So you started in the States and what did you post up first?
Taekwondo videos. I used to teach martial arts in my university.
Okay. Okay. So Taekwondo videos. So it wasn't music videos.
Yeah, it wasn't music videos. It was more martial arts and some college things like Taekwondo, a little bit. Like the first music video started when one of my friends recorded me playing in one of the like Asian night thing. And then I asked her for the video, and I asked her, can I have the video? Because there's a lot of people liking this video on this platform called YouTube. So yeah, I took her video and I posted.
So it is accidental. That time you didn't plan to be a YouTuber.
Yeah, no one know. I mean, the term wasn't even there yet, because YouTube was just something for people to post their videos. For me, it was for me to back up my taekwondo videos.
Or is it you wanted to back up your videos? That's how.
Yeah, because my hard drive broke down.
Right. And then
Yeah.
you were working in the States. Is that at the time, or you started?
Yeah, I
You
was
worked-
working. I was in college before I work. So yeah,
Right.
I
So
was
and that's
working and also in college.
how you got started. And now you are more you're more known for your music videos, right now.
Now I'm more known for my music.
Wow. Okay. Well, the thing is this, YouTuber, right? So you do this with the team, or do you do all this yourself? How do
This,
one start?
this is my entire team over here.
That's so cool. You're getting good from what. So basically, this lockdown has got zero impact on you, right? Because you could literally just do the exact same thing.
Yeah, it has. In fact, it has better impact on me, like positive impact rather than like negative.
Oh, is it? Tell me about it.
Because people are staying home.
So they stay and they watch, and you just create the videos from your studio or room.
Yeah, it's just that I cannot use the very beautiful piano at Yamaha because
Right.
I cannot travel. So I will just be stuck with my own keyboard and piano over here.
Right. And is it the specific way for people to get started on YouTube? Because that's what millennials ask me. Obviously, you would consider yourself a millennial as well, right?
Yeah,
So
I'm quite old already.
how do I become a YouTuber? So what advice would you give someone like this?
Just start. You need a Gmail.
Okay.
You need a Gmail, and then you just start. Make sure you select a good name, like
Right.
otherwise, because some people like to put in like something Joey 1 2 3 4 or something. So you select a good name that people can remember, something short.
Okay. And is there a specific way to get seen on YouTube? Like if I would like to get a following and all that, is there a path to walk, or there's no specific way?
So in the past, YouTube uses SEO, like search engine optimization, where we like put in the taggings and all those things. But now YouTube actually follow your fans. So
Really?
the more engaged your fans are, the more your video will get promoted.
Oh, so which means they have to comment on the videos.
They have to comment, they have to like. So it's a lot more challenging compared to the past, because a lot of people, they don't like to comment or like.
Oh, okay. So as long as they start commenting and liking, that video is seen.
Yeah, and sharing. So it will go to suggested video on the right side of YouTube.
On the right side. Oh, so that's how it works. So that's one that's a very good tip. Right? So and does it need to be professionally done?
Nope. YouTube is actually more home-based. Like you can do whatever. You can post something funny, you can post something stupid. Nowadays, the world has changed in a way that, like, in the past, people would like things like music video and all those, but now it's like all pranks, funny stuff, like something
so
entertaining.
Category, right? This is one category of videos, right? So
a lot of money.
A lot of money. Talk to me about that. So how do people make money from YouTube?
Okay, so there's this thing called AdSense.
Okay.
There's this thing called AdSense. YouTube basically take money from like advertisers, like let's say Petronas or whatever. Then they will split it to us, content creators. That's what we are called, not really YouTubers.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, so to us content creators, based on the demographics that people are looking at us. So for example, if your demographic has more ladies and young and they are spenders, then the money could be a lot more compared to like guys.
Right. Guys don't spend on YouTube, huh?
Guys don't have impulse buying issue.
Really? That's an impulse buying problem, Okay, well, so tell me then, so it's AdSense that tracks your videos, and or do we need to know our demographics, or just YouTube would?
So the demographics are actually in the analytics of the YouTube. So every time when we go on YouTube, you see like the demographics. So for example, if you are married and you are a guy, then the people were the ladies were most probably not really like watching you so much.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Damn, I don't have those fans. Okay, so that's really good. Now I learned a bit about what insights, right? So they have insights, and then and once it fits, then AdSense will put the adverts in there. You don't have to worry about advertising.
In the past, you can apply for AdSense, but now YouTube have upped the requirement due to the influx of new YouTubers coming in, like all of a sudden. Yeah, so now the requirement is 1,000 subscriber and 4,000 hours of watch time for the whole year.
So you gotta be that means someone has watched your videos or collectively for 4,000 before they will actually put any advertisements out.
Before you can apply. So after you apply, they have to manually go into your YouTube channel and look at what are the things that you have been posting. Is it like illegal? Is it like focused on COVID-19 or something like that? Then those kind of things.
Who looks into this video? There's someone in YouTube.
Google employees.
So their job is just to look at videos like this.
Yeah, there are a lot of people.
Interesting, yeah. I didn't know all this. So now, when you say advertising, is there a specific length of the video that works better, or short videos that work just as well?
Okay, apparently, based on the algorithm, 10 minutes and 0.3 seconds is like more optimized. But I don't know how they come up with that number.
10 minutes and 0.3 seconds. That's very precise.
Yeah, 10 minutes and 0.3 seconds. So that's why a lot of people do 10 minutes and 0.3 seconds.
So anything more than 10 minutes and 0.3, or we got to be precisely at 10 minutes and 0.3?
Some people do it precise. That is like the peak of the bell curve. I'm just taking like a guess.
So the peak is 10 minutes and 3 seconds. Oh, that's not easy to cut. All right, so
I think your video is doable.
I don't know how to do that. So apparently, so you can do it with a phone, and it's content as long as it draws in the specific type of demographics, and there's a lot of comments and likes. Then that video gets to be seen. That's one of the ways to do that. And then you said they will filter the content, so which means if sometimes I have some curse words in my video, it doesn't get.
They will filter it based on, like, let's say if you say like F word or something like that, the computer algorithm will actually listen to the things. So even if you have a musical background, like let's say 6 to 10 seconds of copyrighted music, they will immediately detect.
So they will remove the video if there's a copyrighted music.
So if let's say we say a curse word, that there may be some issue with COPPA, like the children protection something. Yeah. So that's why every time if I really say like S or F, then I would use like a toot.
So you beep it out. All right.
I seldom speak in front of the camera.
So you don't need to speak in front of the camera, for your music.
I speak with my fingers.
Oh, okay, that's so cool, because there are people who are trying to write a script and all that, and it's not easy. I know for people getting started to get the video out. Right. So what would be a good number of views, right, or healthy number of views to even be considered a good video? What do you think?
Okay, for music, it usually starts very slow. So like few hundred, 1,000, 2,000, and then when people start to like it, they will continue listening and they will repeat. So then the numbers will start to jump. So music is more about aggregate, but for when it comes to let's say, for example, prank videos or funny videos, then you want it to viral in the beginning.
Oh, okay. So they would need to the prank. So there's a different category. There's a prank video, it has to start viral at the beginning, otherwise it will just die out.
Yeah, most probably it will die out.
Educational videos, because for me, I will be doing more educational videos, right?
It's similar to music.
Similar, so it would have to start slow and build up over time.
Start slow and build up over time, and then people, after watching one, they will go to another, then they will go to another. But prank videos and all those, it's quite rare that they will go to another. They will watch it and it goes viral, unless there's something at the back that asks them to go and watch another. So it's like a call to action.
So at the end, you should tell them to watch another video. Is that how it should?
Yes, because on YouTube, call to action actually means a lot. Right? So if we can give a very strong call to action, then the algorithm will be very biased to you.
Oh, like that, huh? So this algorithm is really smart. I can pick up all this stuff.
And the call to action is best in the beginning, not like at the end, because people usually watch around 1 minute and 30 seconds, they'll click away.
1 minute and 30 seconds, we have to get our message out.
Within
well,
that.
These are good stuff that is so good for people who are up and coming. It's even good for me, right?
Yeah.
I'm doing videos on YouTube, but I'm not sure how this is done. So I'm just having like, we film something and get the team to cut the whole thing out, and so we don't have a proper like guidance. You know, I'm glad that I have you here right now. I can ask you, like, you know, I don't know, within 1 minute and 30 seconds, I have to be able to say what I need to say and make sure that they're interested and give them a call to action. You know, so there's a lot of stuff here I think is useful, especially for those up and coming, because this is true. Recently, I've got some friends, they are young, they're upcoming, and they want to do a talk show, right? They want to do a talk show. So obviously a talk show will be posted on YouTube. So if you want to do this, right, do you think talk show is a workable idea?
Yeah.
It's a good thing to do talk shows?
Talk show is good as long as the topic is very, very interesting, then people would really
What topic interests people? Is it millennial problems, or what do you think is a good direction to start for these people?
Okay, people who are watching talk shows, they are usually higher end on the age. On the age wise.
Higher end of age, is it?
Because millennials, like let's say 20 years and below, their attention span is around 4 to 6 seconds. So if
6 seconds.
So if around 4 to 6 seconds we cannot capture their attention, they will click away. So
4 to 6 seconds. Okay. So this is kids below 20 is 4 to 6 seconds. So if the kids, I call them kids, are 30, between below 30 and above 20 means how?
About 1 minute 30 seconds.
1 minute 30 seconds. Wow. Okay. Right. So someone's asking about podcast. Do you actually put the whole thing onto a podcast?
I'm not familiar with podcasts.
All right. So the YouTube doesn't like link directly to a podcast and stuff, right?
Yeah, I think podcast is like podcast is only audio, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm a video person.
Video person. That's interesting. All right, so that's great. Thank you for sharing that. Now, the part 2 of our talk here today is talking about this crisis right now, okay? Because right now we are in this in Malaysia. We're moving into our 4th week of lockdown, so we're all at home, right?
And it's extended for another 2 weeks.
Yeah, extended for another 2 weeks as of today, right? So how does this affect you?
Okay, a lot of the things that I do have to change, so I have to force myself to be out of my comfort zone. Because in the past, what I do is I make a song and I go to Yamaha and use their very expensive grand piano and record it. So the piano, aesthetically, it looks very nice because it's like a grand piano, very nice. But now I have to do it at home. At my home, home is not aesthetically very nice. So I have
Does
to
that help in terms of views for aesthetic? It does, right?
For music, it's not too bad, but for some people who are anal, they are a little bit aesthetic, they want.
So now this crisis, does it affect the YouTubers' income or not?
Not really. In actual fact, during this time, we are more productive in many ways. Like for example, live stream. I'm someone who never do live stream in the past.
Right.
Yeah, like never, not even it didn't even come across my mind. But then during the first week of the lockdown, one of my friend who is a manager of like all these YouTubers, he asked me, "Hey, Ray,
hold on. There's a manager for YouTubers?"
Yeah, they're managers for like all these artists, celebrities. So
I didn't know. Nobody
yeah, so
YouTuber, maybe that's why.
You manage yourself,
I manage myself. No cost.
Like some of these artists, like Elizabeth Tan and all those, they have managers. They are the actors, actresses, so they have managers. So they are not only just YouTubers.
Wow, this is interesting to me. I didn't know because I probably stuck in metaphysics field for too long. I'm trying to get in touch with the younger generation. So you guys are managers are so cool. All right. So managers will
Yeah.
help you. They will negotiate. Is it a fee or something? Is that what they do?
Yeah, they okay. So basically, if let's say if I go through a manager, the manager will help me find like a lot of like jobs or opportunities. Then they will get money from the companies and they will take like let's say 15-20%, and then the rest goes to me. Something like
Wow,
that.
not bad, huh? Wow, so you don't have to go and sell yourself, lah. These guys will go out there and say, hey, there's Ray there, and then he can do this, and then you just do the selling, then you just do your thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, so you can still do it right now from your own house, right?
Yeah, you can
Here's
do
an
it.
interesting question that came in. I don't know if you can give some ideas on your end. So, how to market your business in consulting and construction engineering through maybe you? Yeah. Do you have an idea for this?
You see, YouTube is a very good SEO booster. That means search engine optimization booster. So whatever you post on YouTube, it will go on like the top part of the Google search. So if you have a YouTube channel, then it will push you up on Google search. But let's say if you're talking about construction and engineering, it's on the higher age people. So higher age people would mean Facebook, because they say Facebook is for old people.
Old people, no. But don't worry, see, he's posting this from Facebook right now.
Yeah, so that's why Facebook is for old people. so this construction and engineering is he can start a Facebook page, and then from there he see how he wants to manage it. But Facebook page is a really good place to actually market businesses like this.
Wow, okay. So this is interesting thing. So the crisis can't really affect YouTubers because they just keep doing their stuff from where they are anyway, right?
It will just be less aesthetic, unless I'm like those pretty girls,
Because I'm sure you can work out something. Right.
Pretty girls can take anything from their bed or chair or anything. Also look nice.
Having said that, right? So people with pretty face, right? Pretty girls or pretty boys, whatever they are. So those people really don't have to do much content other than showing, how they look, right? Is that how?
The level playing field have changed recently because there are so many pretty girls out there. So if the pretty girls they're only showing their prettiness part, we have so many different choices to choose from. So if the girls do not show their brains, then they will lose out.
Right. How can a pretty girl show their brains? What would you suggest?
Like let's say if they talk something on like science, health, and like even nowadays a lot of like people going like gym, fitness, those kind of things. Those are really showing their brains and
body. Right. So I think those people who are promoting a gym membership or training cannot just show their body, they have to show substance.
Yeah, they have to show substance because people buy substance than just the
body. Face, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I think cannot be just look good and then you get all the likes up, but possibly not get any real advertising money, isn't it?
Yeah, because you cannot sell. You can just expose, but you cannot sell.
Just expose.
The selling part is more important for companies rather than just expose.
Okay, that's a very good tip. Well, let's put it this way. What are the 3 most negative things that has happened for you in this crisis? That you think that, but I think you say the no more Yamaha grand piano, that could be one, but
aesthetically not so nice already. And then my car broke down. Yeah, not a very good time to have a car breaking down because of there's no mechanic that is open. So I cannot do anything with the car at the moment. And then I'm also somehow separated from my son and my wife, because my son and my wife, my mother-in-law take care of my son. So my wife and my son are staying with mother-in-law.
Right, okay. So for safety and all that. Right.
Yeah.
So someone saying, I've got this, a friend is saying, expose what?
Exposure.
Exposure. That's a good one. Right. Okay. So pretty girls showing their dance skills, also good?
It's good for TikTok.
For TikTok, I see. Right. So Facebook, say Facebook for old people, as you said. So YouTube, better not waste time with dance.
Actually, big YouTube you can do, but the monetization will be an issue due to original content. I mean, original music.
Okay, original music. I see.
Because you're dancing to original music, so
So
they
as a
cannot
YouTuber,
monetize.
you focus a lot on monetization, right? Because it is work for you, right? This is part of your work. If your content, what you do, cannot be turned into money, cannot be monetized, it will be a waste of your time, right?
Okay, you see, basically the AdSense part is, we call it basic income. It's not a lot. It's not a lot, but it's enough for you to like have basic survival lah. But a lot of the money comes from our sponsors. Like let's say the things that we wear, the things that like let's say I'm the ambassador for Yamaha as well. So Yamaha pays me like a fee, and then I'm also ambassador for other different companies, and also affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is also something a very big income for YouTubers.
So you the manager does all this for you, and you don't have to worry about any of this stuff. Or you do it yourself?
I do it myself. It's just that some people have managers. Like some people, like if they are artists or celebrities, they have managers. Like for me, I'm just a stay home on my bed musician kind of, so I don't have.
You don't need a manager.
I don't have.
This is a question from Brandon. What do you think about TikTok as compared to YouTube? Which one stands out?
TikTok is about creativity. So if you can do something that is very creative, or you have like very nice like looks, then TikTok is really good for you, because depends on how creative you are in doing things, and within the very short time, like let's say within 1 minute or less.
Right. So, but do you monetize the same way in TikTok? Or
no, TikTok is different.
Different monetization. So
different monetization.
But TikTok is new right now, isn't it? So it's just something that is.
It's not that new in China. In China they call it Douyin, but over here internationally they call it TikTok. So nowadays TikTok have changed the playing field for music. Like anything that is in TikTok, the music will go viral. Yeah, if your music is not on TikTok, you won't go viral.
So those who can dance and those who do music, right? The TikTok is something interesting for them, lah.
Yes, very.
Would you go to TikTok?
I got TikTok account lah, but it's not a lot of followers, because I don't have a pretty face.
Right. So I don't have a pretty face, so if I go and do TikTok, it will be disastrous lah.
No, so for you is different. You are Joey Yap.
I can't do that dance and that whatever, like that I see, how they that I can't do doing that.
Joey Yap is different. Joey Yap can be on any platform. You were viral.
Oh, that is crazy. Right. So well, this is interesting. Do investors contact you?
Yes.
Wow. So this is on YouTube, right?
On email. So on my YouTube, when you go to the description, there's this email session, so people can go there and contact me. Then they will tell me, hey, can you market these headphones for us? So headphones like this, So
how do you do that?
So I will be wearing it, and people see, then they will buy. I'll put there like a link,
So you wear it. That's all you do.
Yeah, I wear it, then I talk a little bit, and then I also have a blog. So on my blog, I will talk about it, like, oh, this headphone is so good, blah blah blah. Then people will buy it through the affiliate links.
Right. So, and you don't have to have a manager selling for you, that's what you're saying. But you can have one.
I can have one. So it's like unattached managers. That means they have, hey Ray, we have this project. Would you mind to go on live stream and post these 2 hashtags? Here is like how many 100 or 1,000 ringgit for you. So that's how I started my live stream as well, because suddenly got money. Then I'm like, wow.
So you obviously are not going for the millennials who can only spend 4 to 6 seconds of attention.
Yeah, my age is higher.
You gotta be going for people who can afford it, right? Which age group are the ones that are willing to pay?
Above 25.
Above 25 they can pay, is it? They like it's a better market.
The best market is actually between 25 to 45. They are more comfortable with online.
Below that, then
highest peak is 25 to 35.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting. Well, so anything positive, like positive things that you have happened to you because of this crisis?
I force myself to live stream, so that's one. So it's pretty nice because I never realized that people can actually contribute money in the live stream. So
how do they contribute money in the live stream? That's
on
interesting.
YouTube, and on YouTube when I live stream, I can click enable monetization. So people would
How does
like
that
put in
work?
like $2.99, $3.99, like then they would click, you know.
To say that to me again. How did that happen? So you do a YouTube live, and then people can pay money
so
to your
you go to advanced, then you click enable monetization. So there will be advertisement when they are coming in. That's one thing. And then second, there are also a way for them to, they say, contribute money. So they can contribute, like, let's say, 199, 299, 399. I'm like, look at money flowing in, or what is happening? So because I'm new to this.
For those guys who want to do the show, and then they do a show, and then they do something, they can just pay money, like, oh, just take off your jacket and they will just pay. That's like stripping.
Yeah. It's like, you know what we call the 丢发墙 kind of thing.
Oh, YouTube. Oh, that's interesting, right?
Wow. Yeah, actually, YouTube, the payment is considered very low, but on other platforms, like let's say Bigo Live, those kind of thing, they have pretty girls doing like two pretty girls doing live stream together. Then people can donate like presents and flowers and Ferraris, you know, so they can donate. Let's say one Ferrari costs 10,000 ringgit. Then they will buy. The company will take like, let's say 6,000. Then the girls will get 4,000.
So it's not a real Ferrari, like it's like some virtual Ferrari.
Virtual Ferrari kind of thing.
This is the first time I'm hearing it. This is interesting. I think after this, a lot of people will be influenced to start doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
So in a live stream, you can do it, is it? So if the talk show, if I tell my friends you do that talk show live, right, instead of recording it, and you do it live, and they enable monetization, they can instantly make some money.
Yeah, if the fans are crazy, my fans happen to be from the age of 25 to 45.
Which have money.
Have money.
Right.
So they
can do that. Wow, that's interesting. I didn't know that YouTube can do this. Yeah. So and obviously this is a new thing, or is it an old thing?
I think it's a no thing, but it's new to me because I started live streaming only recently. So I saw money.
It's a new feature, is it?
No, it's been there. It's been there.
Oh, it's been there. Huh? Oh, I didn't know. A lot of things are new. YouTube, I don't know. So, but it's also, this is out of the crisis. You've learned how to do this. That's amazing. So if you just like, you feel like buying a new car and you have like millions of followers, just do a live stream and now got a new car. I mean, a virtual Ferrari.
Not as much money, but some people can really make a lot of money. Like, let's say some of the top YouTubers, they can make, like, let's say 10, 11 million dollars a year, just from YouTube AdSense alone, not even including sponsorship. And that's after tax, you know.
Wow, this is amazing. So they must, and is that a category where these people like talk shows, or is it comedy, or is it music?
In the past, it was kids video, but then recently, because kids don't know how to click skip on the advertisement. So,
so kids cannot skip.
When they don't skip advertisement, the advertisers pay full. So every time you skip 1,000, if you skip the advertisement, then 1,000 views would consider as, like, let's say the 1,000 views, let's say $3 per CPM, something like that. Then you only get $3 from 1,000 view. But if, let's say, they watch the whole thing, you get, like, let's say 20 cents, and the advertisers, they pay more actually.
Wow, so this is why that Baby Shark thing becomes so popular.
Yeah, Baby Shark makes so much money.
Oh, okay, I see. Now I know. So baby kids channel makes most money, lah.
But at the moment, YouTube changed the playing field again. So now with COPPA, baby videos will only go to baby videos. You cannot comment, you cannot do anything. So the money will be affected also.
Oh, like that. So they don't want to pay more now. So what fields do they make more now? What, as in which category do you think?
I think now it's prank and stupid things.
Prank and stupid things. So that one can advertise. The advertiser advertise for prank and stupid things.
Can where they can advertise a lot of things on pranks, man. You know.
Oh, I didn't know.
Because prank is like all the university student and all those things. So when it comes to university, they have rich parents, you know. So rich parents, the kids can spend one. They have a lot of money.
Oh, wow. So I learned a lot today. Yeah. That's very
Yeah.
interesting. Okay. And the last part is, and of course, you are also a student of metaphysics, and you've been to my events.
Yeah.
What was your favorite subject in metaphysics? Is it 八字, Qimen, or
八字? Because I learned Qimen. I attended your Qimen course as well. It's just that I'm not very good in how to utilize the Qimen because I cannot read Chinese.
Right.
And you also cannot read Chinese.
Okay.
So I find it very difficult to use.
Okay. So what was the thing? So you don't like Qimen, or was it you like 八字?
No,八字, I make use of it a little bit more. So because I always, but I cannot remember. Like just now you asked me about structure and all those things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I actually cannot remember the term that is called structure, but I'm a philosopher 100%.
Right. Okay. So you do 八字. So do you do any of this on your YouTube, or just use this as a tool for your own life guidance and all that?
My family.
For your own and your family. All right. Okay, so maybe now we switch it around. Do you have any questions for me on your 八字 then?
What can you tell me?
What would you like to know?
Am I in the right field?
Yeah, you are number one already in your field. Some more you want the right field, huh?
You know, YouTube is not like not like MLM. You know, MLM, if you're number one, you make all the money from your people below you. But YouTube is like, no matter who I train, no matter how many Todai I have, their success have no contribution to me. You get what I mean?
All right. Okay, so but I'm glad you raised that question here. Okay, let me just address the first part here. Yeah, so there is no YouTuber structure in 八字 because YouTube obviously wasn't invented when 八字 was created. But we can see that people with a high resource element, resource element are thinkers, obviously, you know, right? They think, they analyze, they're creative behind the scenes. So if you want to work behind the scenes, like you, because I asked you the first question, are you consider yourself introvert or extrovert? Introvert. Resource structure works behind the scene, create ideas. So if you're doing YouTube from the comfort of your own home, you know, contributing with ideas and all that, so it fits a structure like this. Okay, structure of your chart. So for those who don't know what we're talking about, we are referring to this part, right? The philosopher structure, as you can see, is 100% in the chart.
Not a good thing.
Well, it's good in one way. It's not good as in overly thinking slows down the a person's execution. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's the setback. Okay, but harboring below this philosopher is the warrior. Okay, the warrior. It's actually warrior is basically an element that dares to do and dares to execute, especially when there is pressure, especially when there is a situation that requires you to fight, you will stand up. It. So that's such sense of righteousness, the sense of going out to conquer what is impossible to make it possible is there. Okay. So I guess that part fits into your martial arts aspect when you first started. That's the warrior side of your life. Okay. So this is also a good thing. As an 88%. Okay, this is 88%. So if you want to pivot your music video, maybe you can have something else that actually relates to warrior. A warrior now, fitness category, right? Fitness, well-being, martial arts, all this is part of warrior structures. Okay, so this is something that you know, well-being is a big industry, as you know, huge industry, right? As big as music. So this is something your warrior structure can consider, can think about. Okay, so this is the other thing we talk about, and let's look at elementally, right? So your strongest element in your chart is the resource, is the earth element. And so we can see that the earth is also the dominating element for 2020. So which means the crisis will eventually turn out to be prosperous for you. Okay, because you have the strongest element for 2020. So whatever the crisis is about right now, it is still an opportunity for you instead of something that is against you, which is the good news. The only now people are also thinking about, hey, you know, what about the potential for getting sick, right? Hey, this is the virus thing is a big concern with everybody, right? So we look at two animal signs that as the potential for that, right? First, snake is one of them, as we have said before. Snake is one of the potential problem that can have a health issue. Snake, monkey, and horse. You only have one of them. Okay, so for tendency of, you know, being one of the victims is somewhat lower than most people, yeah. But it's still there. It's in the external palace. So as long as you stay home, you're fine.
But if I go and meet people,
So
then
if you go out to work, if you go out to work, because this is in the work column.
Yeah.
It's in the work column.
month.
So which means that if you go back to work, I don't know where you work, right? Maybe you go to Yamaha or somewhere along the way, you might bump to somebody. Okay, so that you should take note of, yeah. Okay, so now, the funny thing about this chart is your artist profile, right?
It's not there.
It's somewhat there, but it's not dominant here. Okay, so it's not dominant. So this is the water element, and this water element, if you look at the luck cycles, right, it does not appear in the top until you're 72. Okay, but it does come out at 42. It doesn't appear to the top. Okay, so if you're thinking of becoming the Jay Chow sort of superstars, you need this one to appear to the top. Okay, but then again, you are in a different field. You are YouTuber right now. This is a totally different type of field. So I would think 42 onwards, when 7 killings on the top and red, which represents your hurting officer, is here, that will be a brilliant, that will be a fantastic luck cycle that you are coming into. Okay, in fact, this year is a red year. The red year is difficult for a lot of people, but for you is somewhat different. Your talents can be shown because red is your performance element.
Wow.
Okay, red is your performance element. So you can take note of that.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it. And yeah, and one question, the DE. You see, there's a DE on my hour chart.
This DE?
I'm always very worried about DE. That's why I keep asking you on your YouTube, what's the DE? How bad is it?
Is a spiritual thing, right? So basically,
DE, void.
It's void. It's basically people in search of answers. Yeah, people in search of answers. People who are lost. Well, I think those days when I first talk about metaphysics, I was always concerned that, well, people are lost. They're trying to find their life purpose and all that. But DE basically is about the unknown. It's about exploring, seeking for answers, seeking for enlightenment. So anyone with DE in the chart, in a different way, you can see that they are in search of life purpose on a consistent basis. They're also in search of meaning to life on a long-term basis. So if one doesn't address this, one will feel empty. But suppose you address this, you will feel fulfillment. So your pursuit for spiritual enlightenment, not religious enlightenment, but spiritual enlightenment, will go all the way until the end of your life. That's what I mean. So it started somewhere in 22 because that's your first time the DE comes in. No, sorry, 12. Even 12, you came in already. And it sort of continues because you actually have it in your chart. So don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah, because I'm just worried that when the DE is in the hour, and hour represents children. So will I be like me and children Mo Yun or something like that, or less affiliation kind of thing?
No, because your structure is 7 killings. Okay, 7 killings to a guy's structure is kids. Kids is direct officer and 7 killings. Direct officers are daughters. 7 killings is sons. So your chart really, it's your children's star is not in emptiness. Okay, so for that you say to children no affinity, your the entire box here has the main element should be your officer and 7 killings. Which it's not. Okay, because you have the fire right here. Okay, so it's not considered no affinity.
Yeah.
Therefore this box represents thoughts. Your mental world, yeah. So your mental world is in emptiness, so which means your thoughts generally can lead you to feeling a bit what do you call that?
Yes, emptiness.
Emptiness, so you gotta be mindful of your thoughts. That's what you need to
yes consider. My thoughts sometimes when things are bad, it can be very negative.
Yeah, you need to manage that. You can manage the thought. That's what it means.
Okay, and now I get it.
Okay. All right, cool. So so it's great. So let's see if there's any questions.
Any questions for me for us to answer?
Well, Jerome says you should be making more babies.
That's my friend.
Oh, your friend.
Yeah,
maybe
he is also your student last time.
Oh, is it? Nice, nice. Well, thank you
Yeah.
for coming, Jerome. I
Yeah.
believe, yeah. So Ray will be making more babies, and kindly stay and learn a lot about YouTube channel. Thank you. Nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, he's got a question. She's got a question. I really want to know how is the transition feel for you? How do you feel transiting out of emptiness? That's her question.
Oh, actually, I couldn't feel anything like last, because maybe the transition is very gradual, so I didn't really feel it. But I feel like more soon, kind of thing.
More fun, and so more smoother than before, lah. Right. Okay.
Yeah,
Let's
but
see
I
if there's any
started learning Bazi when in 2008. So before that, I wouldn't know whether it's soon or not soon.
Right. So here's a question. I also a very resources heavy person. I'm doing online sale too. Okay, that's nice. Okay, so, all right. So let's see if there's any other questions I can pick up. Okay. All right. So Anne is just saying you got a great interview. Great. Okay. So thank you so much, Ray. It's a pleasure to have you on this interview.
Thank you, Steve.
For taking. Thank you so much. All right, we'll catch up with you. So how do we get in touch with you? How do we get to your channel?
Just Ray. You can search for Ray Mak, RAY space MAK.
Okay, search for Ray Mak and you will find Ray's music channel. Okay, that's on YouTube, right? All right, thank you so much, Ray, and
thank you,
we'll see
thank
you again.
So much for the opportunity. I'll see you again.
Thank you.
Yay.